This is the portion of the show where we give Marcy nightmares for the rest of the week. This morning, watch if you dare. We're continuing our special series of reports, Michigan Monsters. Today, we're taking a look at a mysterious creature unique to West Michigan. News Channel 3's Aaron Dimmick joins us with who you should watch out for. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning, Kirk. They're called Melonheads. These little people with large heads are said to creep around the woods of Allegan County. Stories of how they got there differ, but one thing's for sure, they've scared a lot of people.
Welcome to the Conspiracy Therapy Podcast with Ryan, Josh, and Larry.
Oh, I got bumped down to third?
I went up! I got a promotion!
Means I get to do less work then.
Well, let's just say, today we're doing Melonheads. Yeah, that's right. Because this
They're
is
tasty.
your first for us. We're doing an off-week episode on what I would like to call Ryan's Cryptid Corner, where we explore an urban legend or monster.
Welcome.
Oh, you got me.
You hesitated.
You did like a Vincent Price voice. I dug that.
Welcome.
Whenever anybody says welcome, though, I always just think, welcome to Jurassic Park. But we're not in Jurassic Park, goddammit. We're in Michigan, which means today, as I said before, we're going to talk about a little local legend. You guys want to know about Melonheads?
It sounds insulting.
It does sound insulting. It doesn't sound like, when somebody says, like a puckwudgie. That's a weird word, but it's the name of a Native American, like,
sounds insulting.
cryptid. Do you think it's a name? Does that sound insulting?
It sounds insulting. A puck wedgie.
Yeah, the kids at school, they like to give me a swirly and a puckwudgie.
Yeah.
Whenever
It sounds like, yeah.
Okay,
But here, like,
you're right.
Look at that melonhead over there.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Werewolves, vampires,
Right.
Zombies?
zombies, Frankenstein's, ghosts. Those are good words.
Yeah.
But a melonhead,
Sounds politically incorrect.
it does.
Sounds like something tasty.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've never been a cantaloupe fan. Okay, guys,
Watermelon.
before I get
Salt on there.
too far, I want to show you a quick picture of what we're talking about today. Is that creepy?
It's not creepy. I actually have sympathy.
Right.
That guy looks like he has a dermatologist. Too many
Dermatologists?
a skin condition.
There you go. What about this? This is an artist representation.
Well, it looks like a dwarf.
Okay, Josh, what do you think?
I think
He has a 6 head. That's 2 above forehead.
I'm thinking of Marvel Comics right now, basically.
Looks like
Now it looks like Squidward from
it does. It definitely does.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to go on your phone or on your computer and type into Google Melonheads, go straight to images, and that's what we've been flipping through.
Yeah.
Squidward tentacle. Now that's creepy.
But that's
but
intentionally creepy.
That looks like
That looks more like a gray. It actually
a little
and that's
like
a
a gray, but it's I don't know. I feel bad for them.
Okay.
Okay, that kid's got a football head.
So give me some history there, Mr. Ryan.
All right, you want a little of that old time history, boys? Well, actually, before I say anything, what do you guys think a melonhead is?
Well, I did do research on it, and
Not me. I'm lazy.
before you say anything about it, I mean, I thought the story was pretty compelling. Well, the one version that I read, I've seen this before, and the different stories and the backgrounds behind it, each version is creepy in its own way.
Okay. No, go ahead. Don't brain fart on me. Don't zombie out on me now.
When you just say that, it just sounds like
It sounds
we're in
bad.
We're in Mississippi. It just sounds like a derogatory term some redneck came up for a dwarf.
Stupid little Melonheads run around.
Damn, Melonheads running the
Go
auto
back.
shop now. I can't get them bricks done now.
Damn
Go back.
Melonheads fucking in the bushes.
Go down the yellow brick road back to the Wizard of Oz. All right.
Damn, Melonhead.
That's because we deal with a lot of that in this area. But Melonheads is a
Lost all
local
our
thing
Michigan listeners.
from the Southwest Michigan area, the Ohio, Cleveland /
So they're Ohioans. Now it makes sense.
Kirtland, Ohio
Jumping
area,
the
which is
border.
like a subsidiary part of Cleveland, and then Connecticut.
Just drinking that runoff from Cleveland's river.
These are the names of legendary beings and urban legends in parts of those spots that generally are described as small humanoids with bulbous heads theorized in the 1970s who occasionally emerge from hiding places to attack people. Different variations of the legend attribute different origins.
Yeah.
So,
My family has our own terms for that. We call them Mormons.
really?
Come out and attack you
Because
with the
they
word
want
of
to.
God.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you call them Melonheads?
No, we call them Mormons.
Heads.
Mormon heads.
Okay. The Melonheads of Michigan are said to reside around Felt Mansion, which is a real place, real mansion, and it still stands today.
I have a buddy whose buddy's mom, if I remember right.
Follow
Hey,
this.
wait. I
Write
have
this-
a buddy whose buddy's mom as well.
All right. Grab a piece of paper and write this lineage down.
my cousin's sister's brother.
Dog's babysitter's aunt's uncle's cousin's mother.
It's a buddy of mine. If I remember correctly, his mom actually owns that mansion. I could be wrong. But if I remember correctly, because they also say that mansion is haunted.
Oh boy.
Don't get Larry started.
It's a double whammy right there. It's haunted and you're full of melon heads.
So I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that as Buddy's mom owns it, and it is supposedly haunted as well.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll have that person on the podcast one day. See what you have to do.
Maybe. I mean, I know he actually would bring other people there if they ask to do ghost hunts and whatnot.
Yeah, but I want to see Melonheads. I don't give a shit about ghosts. Well,
I want to
because
see.
they
I want to
scare
see
me.
a ghost of a melon head.
Ooh. What is that? What happens when that happens?
I don't know. Are
They
their heads
topple.
watery? So if they
Topple
walk,
over.
I just
they're like blur blur blur.
It's like a
And
big
so you have
jello
like a
mold.
ghost.
see
It's
now
like a jello mold.
Damn it, guys! We just became politically incorrect ourselves because now we're sitting here laughing, thinking
Well,
about.
they're going to pull us off the air.
We are the Melonheads Union, and we don't like what you said on that conspiracy therapy show. Our heads do fall down quite a bit. That's because we support a lot of weight.
We need to be taken seriously.
All right, we're not trying to call anybody who believes in the Melonheads or is a Melonhead out, but let's go back to this history. Melonheads that resided around Felt Mansion
They have no vision. They're
have
blind
also
melon
been
heads.
reportedly seen in southern forested areas of Ottawa County.
Oh shit!
According to one
where my
story,
parents live.
according to one story,
One.
they were originally children with hydrocephalus. Now, hydrocephalus, basically what that is a medical condition.
Sounds
in
like
which,
you have one.
Yeah, I do.
I had a hairball.
A medical condition in which there is an abnormal accumulation of cerebrospinal fluid in the brain. So, in the last episode, we talked about air pockets in the brain. Now we're talking about basically water in the brain inside the skull. It may cause progressive enlargement of the head if it occurs in childhood.
So it's just mean to call them melon heads.
Right. It's a condition that they can't stop.
Yeah.
You know. So, and during the time that this whole term was being caused, a lot of people informally called it water on the brain.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, the story explains that after enduring physical and emotional trauma in an insane asylum, near Felt Mansion, they became feral mutants and were released into the forest surrounding the asylum.
Get
out, you critters!
The Allegan County Historical Society asserts that the asylum never existed.
It's got one book in there.
Although it was at one point a prison,
Wow.
however, the story has been part of the local folklore for decades. Laketown Township manager Al Meshkin told the Holland Sentinel
There's those letters
I
screwing
know.
you up again.
That he had heard the tales as a teenager, noting that his friends referred to the beings as wobbleheads.
Gets worse.
See,
Oh, God.
Melonheads was bad, but like wobbleheads?
Hey, Wobblehead, get over here. I'm going to give you a puck wedgie.
I'm gonna go.
I wonder if this and
I'm gonna go give you a puck wedgie. Tied it all together.
I wonder if this is
appreciate
what
that.
influenced the bobbleheads.
It's a bobblehead of a wobblehead day at the ballpark.
I could just see some guy on his back porch in Ottawa like, yep, no one comes around this part of Ottawa County. Hey, what the hell is that?
That little critter over there, he got something funny happening.
He just ran into a tree headlong because he can't balance.
Looks like a drunk 3-year-old. With his head's wobbling and back and forth.
That 3-year-old's got a that 3-year-old's got a mustache. Holy shit balls. Susan, I got an idea. What
Give
if we
me my
made
shotgun.
got an idea. Give me my Mossberg. Let's go take care of this fucker.
And then I'm gonna make us $1 million.
Look at the spray zone that made.
Jesus.
A lot of water up there, I guess.
Now, guess what?
What?
Melonheads supposedly exist in underground tunnels in the area
Shit.
around Felt Mansion. So did you guys see the remake of Friday the 13th?
Which one?
The remake that came out in I think like 2008 or 9? Jason,
yes.
Okay.
Jason runs really fast. That's the difference.
Oh, okay.
Somebody got the note about the zombies and was like, all right, what if we make Jason go really
Run
fast?
faster.
And it works,
Because at first he only walked fast.
sort of. He walked, though,
He did.
primarily.
But it was fast.
In this, they try to explain how he shows up everywhere by showing you these underground tunnels that lead to all the cabins.
Right.
Okay. So now we've got
Fast zombies and fast Jason.
mole water-headed melon heads.
Look at that wobblehead over there.
Wobbly-headed, water-headed, melon-headed, bobble-headed mole people.
There's nothing wrong
I wonder how
with
they
a poor
talk.
little boy with hydrocephalus.
Hey guys, I'm a melon head.
You imagine that it infects their sinuses a bit, having water?
I think so. Yeah. Hi guys.
There are many rumors that exist that say that teenagers who had broken into the mansion saw ghosts of the children and claimed to see shadows of the doctor because there was a doctor.
Dr. Dre.
Was it David Tennant
No.
or Matt Smith?
Mm-mm.
Doctor Who.
The doctor that experimented on
I
these
was
kids in
hoping
the
so.
asylum, he was murdered by them. That's how they escaped.
He got murdered by a wobblehead?
Well,
A
that
bunch
was
of wobbleheads.
I mean, all the stories I've read
Basically, it's the same.
indicate that he died and just by the wobble heads.
Let's call them melonheads. I think
Melonheads.
it's sad,
Yeah, you
but
racist.
it's the politically correct term.
Okay, so
It's the least politically correct sounding one.
in the different stories, the Melonheads either ate the doctor
Right.
or they killed him and spread his bones about the mansion.
Well,
Sounds like a lot of work.
if you want to read up about it, all you need to do really is look online. I mean, if you Google Melonheads specifically, you'll come across 3 different stories. Specifically, the ones that have been predicated from rumors, basically the stuff that, was getting people laid in the 70s in Ottawa County and in Kirtland County in Ohio and in Connecticut. And there also happens to be a Melonhead story in Florida. Holy shit, strange stuff in Florida? Who'd have thunk it?
Just a retired melonhead who moved south for the winter. Snowbird Waterhead.
He just had a
Melonhead.
big hat that he wore. He worked as like a
big hat.
He worked as like a
It's a
caddy at a freaking
Yeah.
golf.
I say use the 9 iron.
Hey, Mr. I can't even do it. Mr. Smith. I want to use the pitching wedge
Yeah.
here if you want to really get on the green.
Put a lot of backspin on that thing.
You're getting better, Sandra. You've been listening to me. Nobody listens to me. Nobody listens to me. I need another drink. He's the drunk. I almost
Drunk
said,
water
I
head?
almost said Puckwudgie. We are crossing these streams a little too much tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. Anyway, so without tangenting too much,
Too late.
Melonheads have not been confirmed to exist,
Okay.
What?
but some say they have seen them, and now I would like to play a clip of people who have said they saw a Melonhead.
Mutant Melonheads, hiding out in America's backwoods like an island of misfit toys. These small but monstrous humanoids allegedly prey upon people who wander into their territory. One night in 1986, near Naples, Florida, Steve Pate and a friend were playing a neighborhood war game. They turned up as captives and were left tied to a tree. A Melonhead was closing in.
This thing was coming up from behind us. He could see around the tree, past me. I couldn't turn around, but I could hear us breathing. It was almost like it was excited that it was terrifying me. I started shaking. Fear was the only thing that helped me get free. I immediately just started trying to tear my hands apart, rubbing them against the tree to break the tape. Eventually it broke. All I could think of was, this thing is going to get me. I didn't even notice the cuts in my hands from the tape digging into my skin. I had the scars on my wrist for a long time.
The scars would heal. The imprint left by his Melonhead encounter has lasted a lifetime.
If I see something in the dark, see something move in the shadows, or just see something that resembles its shape, it brings it all back. Unfortunately, it lives with you forever.
I don't doubt myself ever what I saw that night. I stayed away from Dracula Drive. I was scared to ever go back. Honestly, I believe they're still in that area. When they want to come out, they'll come out. They're not gonna be a sideshow for you. They're not gonna be your entertainment.
See, I would imagine that. See, according to rumors, they had to resort to cannibalism because, much like in a zombie apocalypse, they don't have access to resources.
They live in the woods. It's full of resources.
Well, what are they going to eat? Bark?
berries?
Well, they're not smart. So you have to think that these people,
So I'm going to attack something that's way bigger than me?
they're
Not smart.
they're
You're right.
short.
Right.
They have limited brain capacity.
Okay.
I
Talking
mean,
about
they
me,
probably
or-
think their poop is paint.
Yeah, we're still talking about me.
They don't understand their boners, I'm sure.
Still talking about me.
This looks fun.
And they generally don't mind incest,
Okay, we've separated me from them. That's good.
according to rumors, of course.
Because I mind it. It doesn't mean I don't go through with it, but I do mind it.
Good Lord. Anyway, so with that in mind, we've heard what they've said.
Yeah. They
We've-
did, like, no clip. It sounded like they had sinus issues.
That's true.
There's a part of me that thinks that what if it was just Grays, though? maybe the folklore breeds into the story. And
So we have a crossover.
yeah, there's a part of me that thinks, like most of the time, that it's got to be aliens. If I had to assume, I wouldn't think it was unless I saw for a fact. I mean, that one guy, the first guy in that clip, seemed pretty spooked.
Yeah.
But what if it's an alien that's been crossed with a human, so they look vaguely
But we discussed that
human.
Greys don't have genitals.
Well, science being what it is, I'm sure there's a way for them to make.
I mean, it's not like any of them have said that they've seen any reproductive organs on these.
I
things.
swear to God, I was cupping his balls.
Okay, so we'll do a quick synopsis over the other stories, but basically the reason that we hit so hard on Michigan is because we're all three of us from Southwest Michigan. I mean, we could drive to all the places listed in this and check it out. Maybe we'll do a little conspiracy therapy field trip one day, which might be fun. Let us know in our Twitter /Gmail.
Yeah, before
Facebook.
we waste our gas.
Exactly. Because if not, we could be spending that on hard-earned booze.
Amen.
All right, so the Melonhead stories of Ohio are primarily associated with the Cleveland suburb of Kirtland, which I mentioned before. According to local lore, the Melonheads were originally orphans under the watch of a mysterious figure known as Dr. Crow.
Oh, come on. That sounds so...
I know it does.
Sounds like a movie.
The name of... See, this is why I think it's just a story.
Crow.
If you wanted to
Russell.
scare the panties off, Susan, you need to pick better names. Crow is... It just
sounds evil.
It does. And automatically, I'm picturing like Jeremy Irons in like black with like the long nose from our Black Plague
From
synopsis
the
in the
Scary Clowns.
Scary Clown episode. Dr. Crow,
physical.
better known as Dr. Melonhead. Crow is said to have performed unusual
MD.
experiments on the children who developed large hairless heads and malformed bodies. So in this instance, it wasn't a child born with hydrocephalus. It was that he created this through experiments. See how it differs a little bit.
Yeah, that does.
Some accounts claim that the children were already suffering from it and that Crow injected even more fluid into their brains. Eventually, the legend continues that the children killed Crow, so they revolt against their maker. Kind of a cool Frankenstein-y turn.
Puts a bicycle pump in their ear.
He's like, I do not like this, because I'm imagining that he's probably Russian, yeah. Yeah, because Russians. All right.
Commie.
If you're a Russian listener, God bless you. They burned the orphanage to the ground and retreated to the surrounding forest and supposedly fed on babies. I don't know why just babies.
They don't run fast.
Good point. Legend holds that the Melonheads may be sighted along Wisner Road in Kirtland in Chardon Township. The Melonhead legend has been popularized on the internet, particularly
Stinks.
that's a new word, on websites Creepy Cleveland and Dead Ohio. Okay, so what's up with the Connecticut legend? Several variations of the Melonhead legend can be found throughout Southwest Connecticut.
Their summer home is in Connecticut.
That's probably what it is. I mean, Okay, so primarily
vacation here.
Come on, Ryan. I totally forgot how to do that. I tried to marry the Russian guy with the There are several primary Connecticut variations. According to one variation of the myth, Fairfield County was the location of an asylum for the criminally insane that burned down in the fall of 1960. Again with the asylum. I think every single story has the asylum, which, by the way, before I forget, the Felt Mansion was never an asylum.
What was it?
It was a seminary, and it is a summer place, resort / you could have your wedding there.
Okay.
You could have a party there. You could have your company host, and also was a police station.
You can have entertainment with the Melonheads.
Well, if they want to come around.
Somebody give us a time, a place, and an occupation. They're doing improv now.
Need 3 recommendations.
We're the Melonheads. Improv troupe.
The legend states that the Melonheads' appearance is the result of them having resorted to cannibalism in order to survive the harsh winters after they escaped the asylum. And in this instance, these orphans developed hydrocephalus. So in this one, they developed it. In the past one, they
were given it.
And then in the other one, they just
born with
had it. So it's kind of like storyteller's discretion, I'm thinking.
Maybe he was born with it. Maybe it's Maybelline.
Exactly.
They're
Now,
just born this way.
a popular sighting place for Melonheads, if you want to find one,
Okay.
is Dracula Drive. A number of
Wow.
Connecticut-based legends of Melonheads has
Just off
one
a vampire
similar
court.
characteristic in particular. The characteristic often involved a secluded, rustic, or singular lane dirt road running through the Melonheads' wooded and forested territory. Many towns in Fairfield County and New Haven County have rural and forested sections, and it is not uncommon for these forests to have rural roads running through them. These rural roads at times are associated with the local variation of the Melonhead legend and claim to be part of the Melonheads' territory. So according to what I read, if you go out and you sit in your VW Bug,
Mm-hmm.
playing a little Celine Dion, maybe
Mhm.
lightly, Titanic soundtrack.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Turn the bass all the way to -5.
Exactly. We need all mids and treble.
Yes. For Celine
So-
Dion. Brings out the best in her.
Yep. You sit there. Maybe you turn the inner lights off, so you get the inside light, the dome lights off,
Yeah.
and it just got a little spray, and you're just kind of watching the forest. You're out in Ottawa County. We'll say that because we're local boys. And you wait.
Yeah.
The first day you might not see anything,
Oh. Okay.
but the second day
Oh.
you don't want to have the lights on. You turn them off.
Yeah.
That Melonhead's got a Walkman.
Old
So
technology. Poor guy.
Well,
I
yeah,
know.
you can't get into the city, you know?
He's
Wait,
gotta
let me
ma-
flip the tape over and press fast forward to rewind. That makes sense.
So, according to most people that come across a Melonhead, they're of two minds. One,
Well, because they both fit in that same head.
like, you, my friend, are racist to the Melonheads, and I will not take this wobblehead slander. No, truthfully, they're of two minds according to people who have seen them.
Mhm.
They're either hungry
Right.
or they're curious.
Like
Okay.
the wolf?
Like most humans, hungry or curious, especially if you're out in the woods. Or they're like in Duran Duran, yes.
Yes.
They could be hungry like the wolf.
As I like to call him Duran Squared
Yes.
because I'm that big a fan.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
Duran Squared.
You
you
do like
funny monkey.
you're just all over the place, my friend. Let's get to our verdict.
Are they scary or are they real?
We'll do two parts to this.
Okay.
Ooh.
Maybe even our favorite Melonhead movie.
Well, in 2011 there was a Melonheads movie
For
made.
real?
Yes.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch this.
Also, there is a Melonheads band.
The Blind Melonheads?
Nope.
No.
It's called Hole.
The through line continues.
You're related to him, not me.
That's true. It's okay. The first question of a two-part verdict: are Melonheads scary? Given what you've heard, what you know, does it spike fear in you, or do you think maybe it's just like I said,
A
a
campfire
misconception?
story.
Yeah.
I think it's about as scary as a 3.
Yeah, I'd go with 2. I feel like I could blindly kick and hit its head. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's, like, they're small. They can't be very fast. I mean, they definitely can't run in a straight line with that giant wobbly head.
Well, if you hit it right, it might pop like a zit.
Could.
Which might be really satisfying for them or the person that the bully.
Oh, thanks, dude, man. I have been... Whoo, I mean, like right here, right in the cavity, right below the eyes. It has been bothering me. Thanks, bro.
So you're saying 2, you're saying 3.
Yeah.
I would say a Melonhead would be... I'll give it a 7. There was an
Wow.
X-Files episode that I watched that really reminded me of this specifically, and I don't know the name offhand, but I remember as a kid I watched it, and there was this inbred family in the country that were killing people. And I just remember the mother was like under a bed covered in dirt, and it was real disgusting.
Huh.
And it left a mark. And I remember when I came across this urban legend specifically because I was wanting to attach something local to the show.
Okay.
I thought of that, and it really kind of creeped me out. I mean, if you're somebody that has hydrocephalus, I'm not gonna. Obviously, if you're the Elephant Man or you have some weird thing where your brain expands and whatever. I've seen.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I actually do know someone who has it.
Really, hydrocephalus.
Yes.
Well, this would be a good time to bring that up.
Well,
Go ahead.
I can't because of hippo reasons.
Hippo reasons?
Yeah.
He's got a pet hippo that'll attack you?
Basically. Nah,
That's some
yeah.
strong
But
security.
I do know somebody that has that where
They have
this
a larger
individual's
head?
is massive.
Wow.
What happens? What can you give us any insight into?
He needs
like
Excedrin.
Well,
he has a headache this big.
This individual is mentally gone.
Oh, really?
Okay. Can he carry on
That's
a conversation? Is it a girl or a woman or a man?
HIPAA. I can't really
What
say
are you, a
it.
doctor?
I'm just
no,
saying.
If you're not a doctor, you're not
Okay.
sworn to HIPAA. If you just don't want to talk about it, that's a different thing.
Well, I took care of this person.
Okay. I get what you're saying.
This individual is mentally gone. There is no taking care of themselves or anything. All cares are done.
Was that always the case, or did it become the case?
Born that way.
Okay. I was just wondering, because I have no idea how that works.
So, I mean, yeah.
Was there any interaction?
I mean, in a way, but very, very, very limited. Not an intelligent conversation.
So when they say when comparing what your instance was to what we talked about with Melonheads, does that seem to gel, or do you think that could just be a different situation altogether?
I mean,
these people are inbred. One, according to rumors,
right?
They've been around for decades, living in underground, probably covered in their own filth.
Yeah.
To be able to do what they do according to the legend, and knowing somebody who has that specific I don't want to say disability disease. I mean, this is kind of going to my verdict. It's just not even possible.
Right.
Now, was this an extreme case, or is that how it is for people with
I'm assuming
Cephalus.
so. I'm assuming
so. It's, okay.
Did you ever look into the disease other than that?
Not really. I mean,
were you curious about it?
Not really.
No.
I mean, I don't know if maybe in that sense it does cause a mental retardation.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know.
Right.
But
well, it
in
seems
this
like
case,
it's more
it was
there
was no
catatonic almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's elephantitis when things are like abnormally enlarged. Like there was
like my balls.
Yeah.
Well, in this individual, everything else was completely normal. It was just the head.
Huh.
So take that as you will.
No. We won't badger you too much more. I understand it's kind of a weird.
Well, no. I'm just saying, like, I know that in this individual's case, there was no being able to run around in the woods or do the things that supposedly that they can do. It just would not even be possible.
Okay.
Well, that is the perfect little bit of information to gather, because with this, I was convinced like it's just a bunch of schizophrenics with enlarged domes running around, looking for pizza, but they're not finding it, so they're pretending like leaves are pizza, and then throwing food at,
Hold the anchovies.
throwing poop at each other, and then having sex if they're
In that
old
order?
enough. I don't know. No, probably not in that order. I don't know. It's a weird one. It's
food before sex. Or,
food after.
Yeah, actually.
How about before and after?
Not before.
A light before.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to chance it.
I'm just picturing a salad made of leaves and acorns.
Get the farts. Come on.
Blue, Larry, blue.
Brown.
Oh, man.
Maybe green.
Okay, so we had our verdict. We don't think that those melon heads exist, but we do know that hydrocephalus does exist.
Yes.
And that it is quite the condition to have. If you think you have water in your brain, please see a doctor.
And if I catch you calling someone with
a melon head,
I'll punch you square in the face. Because that's mean. That's bullying, and I don't put up with that shit.
And we're politically correct on this show.
Yeah, you two are.
At least we try to.
Damn right.
Unless it's Courtney Love.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, where can we find each other? What's the networks to look for us on?
There's a lot of different places where you can find us. Coincidentally, you can find us. You may have found us on Facebook. That's a good place to find us under Conspiracy Therapy.
Yep.
We are on the Twitter.
Conspiracy T Show.
And we also have the email.
conspiracytshow@gmail.com.
Man, we are on a roll for having this correctly. So, Larry.
You can find me, Larry_Ga_Ga.
What
and
else?
If you are, I should go ahead.
What else can we find you under?
You can find me, and you may actually have found this show through this, a baseball history podcast called the EFIS Podcast, ephispodcast.com.
Cool.
Excellent.
I'm at Ryan Herrig on Twitter, Ryan.Herrig on Twitter.
And you can just find me on Facebook under Josh Shoop. Yeah, you can find me on there, and you might not. I don't know.
Send us a message or please write a review on iTunes if you get a chance.
Speaking of reviews, we have our first one.
Ooh!
Chris Can.
Chris Kattan?
Chris Can.
Oh.
Write a review, apparently. Worth the listen, he says. I have to say, I like this podcast quite a lot. I'm really into all the paranormal and conspiracy stuff, so they bring up some good topics. Also, I really like the hosts. They're funny. You're welcome. And they seem like they're having a good time hanging out and just talking about the stuff they like, which is what I like in a podcast. Chris Can is by far an MVP listener.
Thanks, buddy. No, if you do listen to the show, please rate and review or share it with a friend. We really do appreciate it. We'd love to do this weekly. Occasionally, obviously, we have to do it bi-weekly as we are three busy men, married men with animals
I'm not
and
busy.
Kids. But,
you guys are busy.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. But we have many topics to cover. If you want to send us a message on Facebook, feel free to, and also Gmail us.
Gmail me hard.
Tell us what you like, what you don't like. We do have fun. We have a few cocktails, a few beers, and we talk.
You know, and we're not it's not like we're professionals. We're having a fun time.
We don't get paid for this, but we do like to sit and throw banter. What?
We don't get paid for this?
Sorry, bud.
What the hell am I doing here then?
Shit. There goes Larry. All right. We'll see you next week. I think we can set it up so that the next week we have another episode. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for listening.
Everybody get down. It's time for you to get down. Hopping all around, they're out in the grass. Long, long legs and a fluffy white cottontail. Never bother to look where they're going. Try not to hit them when they run out on the road. Now they don't make a sound, never say a word. Everywhere they go they leave a little round turd. But that's okay, 'cause we're all friends. I don't have money, but I sure do got a lot of bunnies. Oh, he looks so soft. I want to pet him. Time for you to get down.
I need another drink.
This has been a presentation of Mirror City Media.